Major train derailments have happened in Tennessee and Florida. Tennessee, it was a freight train. Florida, it was a passenger train. This both happened today, Tuesday, December 20th, and these are both developing situations. All right, so we are bringing you breaking news on this. So let's get into the Tennessee one first. Shocking video captures train derail in Tennessee after crashing through truck. And this was a semi truck holding a concrete road barrier. All right, so it literally crashed into a concrete barrier. This caused a lot of destruction, and the whole train has derailed. Multiple cars all over the ground. We will show pictures of everything in just a second, and we will also get into the details of the Florida one. All right, so a freight train derailed in Tennessee Tuesday after slicing through a tractor trailer as it was crossing the tracks, police said. The crash and subsequent derailment took place in the Chattanooga suburb of Collegedale in Hamilton County at around 1:30 p.m. and was caught on video. We will get to pictures in just a second. The witness recording appears to show the Norfolk Southern train plowing into a semi hauling a long concrete highway barrier, News Channel 9 reported. The trailer appeared to be moving very slowly at the time of the crash, while produced a deafening roar, leaving the vehicle in pieces. The impact apparently triggered the derailment, causing multiple train cars to go off the track. All right, so this is a developing situation. It said multiple people were sent to the hospital, but it's not sure what the severity of their injuries are, and it's not sure exactly what was being carried by this freight train. They were saying no hazardous materials apparently are being carried, but it's got to be something important. All right, so here's some pictures of the derailment from Tennessee, and we will get into Florida in just a second too. So you can see that the cars are completely off the tracks. They are in the dirt. They are deep in the dirt. They are tipped over. All right, multiple cars, and this is from hitting a semi truck that was crossing the rail with a giant concrete barrier. You know those concrete barriers on the side of the road for like constructions, things like that to separate, have a median in the road. One of those and rammed right into it. Very just strange that it rams into a concrete barrier too. I mean, it could be a complete accident, but it's just strange. And you can kind of see in this picture, you can see the barrier over there completely demolished that it plowed into. You can see the front of the train there, um, hitting that barrier there, and there's lots of damage to the train, and the barrier is essentially demolished. This is a picture out of Twitter from the Chattanooga Fire Department. It says the train plowed into a semi hauling a long concrete highway barrier. Make sure to follow me on Twitter too. I will be reposting these pictures and more stuff for you to see for this train and updates on it. All right, so make sure to follow me on Twitter. A tractor trailer crossed the tracks. This is also from the Chattanooga Fire Department on Twitter. And you can see these cars are just buried in the gravel and in the dirt. And you can also see these shipping containers over here mixed in. All right. This was a major derailment around Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we're not sure exactly why this happened. All right. It should be very obvious and very preventable. You can see multiple train cars were off the track. This is by BC2 Schroyer, I think, on Twitter. And you can see those carts or those cars, those shipping containers piled up over there. And then you can also see another concrete barrier right there with some truck tires. All right. So this was probably a long rig holding a very long concrete barrier. So that's probably why it took so long. Instead, it was moving very slowly. Let's get into this Florida one that's happening as well. And it's very strange that these both happen at the same time, but sometimes that's just how things are. Sometimes it's more than it is, and sometimes it's just things happen. There's also an earthquake in California this morning. All right, if you didn't see that video, go check that video out. I posted this morning on that. That was breaking news that happened. 70,000 people without power in California right now from an earthquake. All right, so some days we just get hit with multiple things. So let's get into Florida. Sunrail train crashes into SUV at railroad crossing in Maitland. This is out of WFTV 9. This was reported today. This just happened today, Tuesday, December 20th. And just once again, it's kind of strange that this happened same day. Officers said the train struck the SUV at the track crossing near the intersection. Large signs in the area warned drivers not to stop on the railroad tracks. Police said the driver exited the SUV before they arrived and were not injured. Sunrail said the P317 train was delayed over an hour as they assisted law enforcement with the investigation. Officers said the crash is under investigation, and this one seems like, I don't know. I don't know what this person was thinking. I don't know what happened. Like they said, there was multiple signs warning you. They have flashing lights, signs all over the place. I don't know how you get stuck on uh, these tracks, but apparently they did. And you can see where the road is back there. See where the light is back there, where that ambulance is. So this car got plowed quite a distance. Thankfully, this train did not derail in Florida. But if it hit something bigger, if it hit a semi truck or a shipping container, something along those lines, it might have derailed it. But thankfully, there was no derailment. And you can see how far that car traveled from that light over there, right? And thankfully, they said the person was able to exit the vehicle, right? So thankfully, everyone's okay. They said multiple people did go to the hospital, though, from the Tennessee one, though. That one seems pretty bad. And you can see here, up close picture, the car is just buried in this gravel, feet into the gravel. They're probably just gonna have to pull it out of there, get a winch over there and pull it out. But it's one of these things. What's going on? Is it a full moon or something? I remember my mom used to always say that crazy stuff happened on a full moon. Is it a full moon? I don't know. Maybe it is, but multiple train derailments in Tennessee and Florida, all right? And I feel like this one in Tennessee is even more devastating. Just look at these pictures, guys. Look at this concrete barrier. You can see the front of the train there, and you can see it just smashed into this barrier. Thankfully, it doesn't look like the glass is broken, but you can bet some people got injured from that, right? Major collision, and the train just smacked a piece of concrete. And it's just kind of strange that it's a highway road barrier too, right? I'm not saying it's a setup or anything like that, but it's just strange that it was a highway road barrier. It's one of these things. If it could have hit almost anything else, and it probably wouldn't have derailed. But hitting something so heavy and that's actually meant to be hit as a barrier is going to cause a derailment. And I want to know what was inside of these trains. All right, they said that there was no hazardous material inside of the Tennessee freight, but what was in there? There could have been grains, there could have been other critical things to the supply chain, fertilizer. We don't know what was in there. So let me know what you guys think. Hit that like, hit that sub. Did you hear about this story? If you didn't, definitely hit that like, hit the comments down below. What do you think about this? 2 in the same day. Also, an earthquake in California earlier. All right, go check out that video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a big old blessed day. Thank you.